So the sum of two numbers is 9. So the sum of two numbers is 9. So I need to get two numbers and I need to add them together. Sum means add. So just put a note there so that you know that. Sum means add. And let me just zoom in there. And product means times, because you'll be dealing with those a bit. So they tend to come up when we're using forming equations. Sum means add, product means times. Easy way to remember it, sum has 3 letters, add has 3 letters. Okay. So the first one there says the sum of two numbers is 9. So that means that two numbers added together gives us 9. So x plus y is equal to 9. So that's taking two numbers and adding them together. The two numbers, I don't know what value they are, so I'm just going to call them x and y. When I add them together, I get 9. If twice the first is added 3 times the second, so twice the first, so 2 times x, twice the first, yeah. So let's just highlight that so we can see. Twice the first is added 3 times the second, the answer is 20. So twice the first, so 2x plus 3 times the second, the answer is 20. So we're looking at forming and solving simultaneous equations. We've done the first part, which was forming the equation. So we formed the simultaneous equation. Now we need to solve it. Okay. So we formed the simultaneous equation. Now we need to solve it. So this brings us back to what we already know. So if we've got two equations and we need to get rid of either the x's or the y's, we need to scale up the equation, or we need to make sure we have the same value for the x's or the same values for the y's. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale up the first equation by multiplying everything by 2. If I multiply everything by 2 in the first equation, then my x's should cancel. So 2 times x is 2x, 2 times y is 2y, 2 times 9 is 18. So we've just multiplied everything by 2. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times y is 2y, 2 times 9 is 18. And obviously the second equation stays the same. So I'm just going to keep that second equation the same, which is 2x plus 3y is equal to 20. You can see now that I've got the same value in front of my x's. I leave that out. So you have the same value there in front of your x's. So if I wanted to get rid of these x's, I'd either have to add or subtract the equations. In this case, to get rid of the x's, I'd have to subtract the equations. So I'm going to just subtract those equations there. And that's going to turn into a negative. That's going to turn into a negative. That's going to turn into a negative. Okay. So back in here, I'll just sort out these colors. Okay. So 2y subtract 3y leaves us with negative 1y. So negative 1y is equal to 18 subtract 20 leaves us with negative 2. So I can put in my negative 2 there. So if negative 1y is equal to negative 2, y is equal to positive 2. Because all I'm doing is dividing both sides there by, or times on both sides by negative 1, I'll say. Okay, that's our y value. If you found the y value, now you need to go back and find the x value. So now find x. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take the first equation and we'll just sub in x plus y equals 9. And what we're going to do there is we're going to sub in a value for y, which in this case was 2. So I can say x plus 2 is equal to 9. So in order to find out what x is, x will be equal to 9 minus 2. X will be equal to 7. So that's the first one done. And I'll just zoom out there and give you a second to look at it. And then we'll try the second one. So if you want to try the second one there, leave it on the screen for just a second. You can see it there. The answer is 10 and 3, but see if you can work it out. And we'll have a go in just 1 sec, right? Just tidy that up small bit. Okay. We'll move on there and try the second one and see how you get on, right? So for the second one, if you haven't taken that down fully yet, you can just take a picture of it there and we'll move on, right? Oh, back. Okay, so we'll look at the second one now, right? So what we'll do there is we'll just check this one here, right? So question 2 is there now. If you question 2, you can fly through these. If you question 2, then you can move on and do question 3 and 4, obviously, and so on, right? So the difference between two numbers is 7. When 3 times the second number is taken from twice the first, the result is 11. Now, people tend to find these more difficult than they actually are. Just do it bit by bit, right? So we'll start off with the first part, right? So the difference between two numbers is 7. So think about it. The difference between two numbers, that means that one number take away another will equal 7. So we'll fill that in and we'll say x take away y is equal to 7. So just in the video, I'm not sure how this is going to turn up, but I'll just record them there so that you'll be able to pause the video and have a look at them if you need to.